Hi, guys. So, I just wanted to take a moment to talk about energy healing, specifically Reiki, and some of the interesting experiences that some of my clients have had. So, basically, how it works, or how I think it works, is that I, or the person or the practitioner who is sending Reiki, just becomes a channel for that energy to move through you, and that energy is basically the animating force in anything that is alive, right? So this is just life force energy. And what happens is that the practitioner is able to allow that life force energy to move in larger amounts through their body, through their hands, and into whoever is the recipient. So some of the interesting things that have happened through some of my sessions, and believe me, every time I practice, I am still surprised by the things that my clients report and even the things that I experience. And sometimes, especially at the beginning, I would wonder if I'm imagining that this is actually working, if if this is all something I'm making up in my mind, because heck, who sends energy across time and space and actually impacts the person on the other end of the planet, or the other side of the planet, end of the planet, right? So every time that I would kind of do this work, because most of my sessions have been distance healing sessions, I've only had one in-person session, and that person also had interesting experiences that were very different to the distance healing sessions. I'll just quickly mention the differences. So when I'm working in person, my hands are physically on the person's body, and basically I'm working with more of the physical body than I am the energy body, or any of the layers of the energy body. And when I'm at a distance, I'm working more with the energy body than I am with the physical body. But working with the energy body influences the physical body. So why I prefer working with the energy body is that I feel like I can sort of manipulate different degrees of the person's being, if I may say. Their physical body, their mental body, their emotional body, etc. And how I can't get into the mechanics of how it works. I understand it to a certain degree, but I mean, of course, we're working with something unseen. I can feel the energy in my hands. I can feel if there is a certain density. Even as I do this with my hands, I can feel the energy between them. But that is because I've become sensitized to being able to kind of feel subtle energy. So when I'm working with them, I can feel specific areas in their body and in their chakra system. So the energy, or the specific points of energy traveling up their body. I can feel if there is dense energy, if the energy is too kind of light, if there is stagnant energy. And when I particularly practice using my third eye while feeling physically that energy, I can see what's going on as well in whatever area of their body I'm working on. So some of the more interesting things that they have kind of reported during these sessions is, I had a session 2 days ago, and I just got a message back from the woman that I worked with, and she said that the next day she felt a huge emotional release, and that she'd been holding on to that emotion for a while, and she hadn't felt that kind of release in a really long time. And somebody before that, a couple months ago, came to me with really painful hips. They said they had a lot of pain in their hips and in their knees. So I did clearing in their knees. I'm basically removing any stagnant energy and then sending new energy into that area. But when you do such a deep release or such a deep clearing, sometimes it comes with side effects. Some other experiences, I had somebody come to me with really deep emotional trauma and pain, mental and emotional trauma and pain. They were really struggling for a long time. And I just spent about 10 minutes. I didn't even do a chakra clearing or balancing. I just sent Reiki, like an overall kind of energy healing for about 10 minutes. It wasn't even a full session. And immediately I got a message back. She didn't even need to lie down and get comfortable. She continued on with her day, and I just manipulated energy for 10 minutes. I didn't even manipulate. I just sent energy for 10 minutes. And she sent a message after I was done saying, wow, I don't know what you did, but whatever you did really helped. I've been struggling with this for so long, and I immediately felt this emotional release. What else? Someone came to me maybe last year sometime, who felt really ungrounded for a long time. And as I worked in her sacral chakra area, which is the area of emotional, or your emotional center, I felt really, of all the chakras, that area specifically had this really dense energy. And as the energy released, I felt the release. It almost felt like one of those poppers on your birthday that you kind of pull the string and it goes and these twirls of paper come pouring out, and kind of, it felt like that, like there was this sudden burst of energy release. And when I spoke to her after the session, she said that she felt like her whole body went up in smoke. She felt this release in her entire body, and she felt so light. So I just wanted to, there's been so many other amazing experiences that have happened. One more really powerful experience was another woman who had been struggling with the death of her dad for months. And she came to me in this depression, and I picked up during the session that there were like almost, I'm going to say leeches, like energetic leeches, kind of sucking the life force out of each of her chakras, almost kind of like stealing, like an energy vampire leeching off of the negative energy that she was feeling. And they were on 2 or 3 of her chakras. This was last year, I can't remember exactly. And I had managed to remove those little leeches. Firstly, I know this sounds crazy, but remove those little leeches and then get energy flowing through each of her chakras. And she said to me, everybody experiences these releases in different ways. She said to me that she was taken into a moment visually of the day that her dad had died. And while she was there, she felt all of that energy, or not energy, those emotions rise to the surface again. She said it felt like somebody grabbed her by her ankle and yanked her out of that memory. And it was like the memory had completely vanished. Not like she had forgotten it, but the way that she had remembered it had shifted. Her relationship to the memory had changed just from that moment of energy healing. We spent about a 30 to 45 minute session together. So I wanted to take a moment to just kind of share how powerful energy healing is with you guys, because I realize that I don't talk at all about it. And I'm going to be sharing more about energy healing, more about yoga, more about mindfulness, more about my book and chakras and ways that we can or tools that we can use to help ourselves cope better with life, and not just cope better with life, but thrive. Really, really learn to live beyond survival mode. So yes, I'm going to stop there and yeah, if you guys have had any experiences with energy healing in the past and you want to share it, please do so in the comments. I love hearing about this kind of stuff. It's so powerful. And before I knew anything about it, it just was like magic woohoo that is not real and exists completely in the power of the mind. And because two people come in with a belief, the belief makes it real. And yes, a part of it is most certainly the belief. But there is no doubt in my mind that there have been people who've come in who knew nothing about this and leave with amazing transformational moments. So, yes, share something down below, and I will see you guys on the next video. Have a good one.